Well. What we got right here today? It's Tuesday. It's bourbon night. So we got a lot of possibilities here. We got the Stagalicious. We got the Parker's Heritage. What we got hiding around here? What we got? JoJo hitting in the back. The cigar. I don't know yet. I don't know. Look at that. We got the Elijah. You know what? What we got in the front? We got the Heaven and the Clyde. And these suckers just about done. Take a look at that right there. Yes. Yes, nice and amber. Bottled Bond, Heaven Hill. 50%, 7 years. Yes, sir. We're going to put him head to head. He needs a tangin', a dancing partner, so to speak. So let's put him with this Clyde right here. Pow! We got the Clyde Mays Alabama Style whiskey, 55%. So we got pretty much 2 Barrell Proof bourbons going back to back. Look at that right there. Look at that color right there. Yes, sir. I'm going to take y'all both for a spin. All right, we got these two right here. Heaven Hill versus Clyde Mays. Drams on deck. Bourbon night. Tuesday. Let's go. You already know what time it is, baby. Drams on deck. It's a bourbon night, so we're going to just get this thing cracking right now. We got the Heaven Hill, got the Clyde Mays. Now, these two bourbons are very, I would say, common in some respects, in that you can find them at a decent liquor store. I would say not every single one, because this is not something that you see all the time, but it's still attainable in some way with this as well. You might not always get the Alabama Style, but you will get a Clyde Mays. So I would say if you go to your typical, I would say Total Wines, National Chain, you should be able to find either one of these. This one right here, I pretty much got this one at second market price. Second market, I think I paid around $65 for this. I think the retail may be a little bit less, like maybe $55. And for the Clyde Mays, this one right here, the Alabama Style, I want to say I paid $55 at the Total Wines out here in Southern California. So they're both in the, I would say, in the high 50s on the retail. So 7 years, I reached this one for the Heaven Hill. I believe this is 78% corn, and this should be 10% rye. And this one right here, the Clyde Mays, should be around 55% corn, should be 30% rye, and then last percent should be barley. So this right here, like I said, these are corn, most of it's corn, but be that as it may, two pretty decent, I would say, pretty good solid bourbon. So I'm gonna try them side by side, head to head, and we're gonna see which one, in my opinion, is a little bit better. I'm breaking those down to you. We're gonna nose it, taste it, and we're gonna pretty much score it and go by there. So that said, I just let them open up a little bit. I like to let it oxidize a little bit. We're gonna start left. We're gonna try, well, closer to me, so we're gonna start with the Clyde Mays. Right here. Put this color up on you. Look at that nice little color game right there. Look at that color right there. That's a little light caramel amber right there. Yes, it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's not oily really at all. I don't see no legs coming down. It's Tuesday night, not Saturday, so no legs is dripping. But I will say this. It is definitely a very nosy bourbon. I can smell it right off here. The nose is very pungent. And that's 55%. Keep in mind. This is 55%. This is 50%. So they got a little oomph to it, if you feel me. So, and that's good. That's cool. I like that. I like a little, you know, sometimes I want a stronger, powerful spirit. Sometimes I like a little more mellow, more monotone song. So tonight, I'm up for the challenge. So this right here, I may add a little water to them. We'll see, but probably not much. So I'm going to nose this one real quick to see what we got on this nose. Whew, I can definitely smell the alcohol. Yes, it smells like some very strong alcohol. But within the alcohol, beyond that note, that first strong punch of alcohol on the nose, I'm picking up a fruity apple scent. Apples is definitely very, like fruity apples, a little bit of maybe like a spiced nutmeg, something like that. Yeah, I'm picking up a lot of spiced apple. Just imagine if you ever been to a Yankee Candle store Just imagine you go walk in there and you smell like the apple cinnamon spice with the alcohol, the nose of the alcohol, the pungent of it. That's what I'm picking up. Actually, once you get past the alcohol smell, it does smell pretty nice, like a nice little apple, cinnamon, nutmeg type of smell. Not bad on the nose. Heaven Hills. See what this is a nice little, I mean, these colors are pretty much identical. I mean, I can't really tell them apart, to be honest with you. They're pretty much spot on with the color. So you're going to get pretty much both caramel, both amber color. So, you know, I really can't tell them apart on the nose. Now on the palate is what we're going to really explore and see what happens. Let's see what this nose is talking about. This one here is a little bit softer on the nose. However, I don't pick up as much scent either, even beyond the small alcohol smell. I pick up just a little bit of spice. That's all I really get on this one. I don't know if my nose is closed off or if it's just a very muted nose. But right now, I'm picking up this spice, a little bit of oak. And it's pretty faint. It's not very, you know, prevalent. I mean, I'm really got my nose deep up in this thing. And this, you know, it's pretty soft scented. So it's not as strong on the nose as the Alabama Clyde Mays. But I pick up just a little bit of spice, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak. But it's more muted though. It's not very all up in your nose, nostrils and stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, they're pretty evenly matched. Like I said, relatively in the price. Like I said, this one has a higher rye, but nevertheless, the ABV is pretty common, the price. So we're gonna start right here with the Clyde Mays. Let's jump on this palette and let's see what we got. Ooh, gotta rinse the first one. That first one's the most strong one for me. When you ever notice when you start drinking for the night, and you about to go out or whatever you're doing, take that first shot or that first sip of some alcohol. I'm talking about straight. I'm not talking about y'all fruity mixed drinkers. I ain't talking about y'all wanting to put apple martinis and saturate things with coconuts. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the people who sip it neat. That first neat sip. When you sip it, not swallow it, but just sip it and roll around, that first one really gets your palate sensitized to alcohol, especially when you're going straight to Barrell Proof. I ate dinner maybe about 2 hours ago. I haven't had anything since then. Then I jumped right on this. Like I said, straight neat. That first one, I felt it. Took it though. Now, as y'all know, that first one opens my palate up on the tongue, sensitizes and gets all my little taste glands tingling. The second one's gonna saturate and really seep into it. Let's get it. I still feel the heat. This bad boy packing some heat. I feel it. I feel a little small. This is a little small burn on the back end, but it's okay though. I'm okay. But I will say it is definitely tastes like an apple cinnamon pie almost. You ever get like you ever go to McDonald's back in the day when you was a kid, get that little apple strudel, that little hot pocket, slide out the little paper pack, start chewing it. That apple and that little strudel, that cinnamon sprinkle on top of that pastry. That's what I'm picking up right there. It's a very, I smelled it on the nose. So I said on the nose that apples and fruit and nutmeg. That's exactly what I pick up on the palate with the heat too. Like I said, how I say I smell the alcohol on it, I damn sure taste it too. But it's good though. To me, it's cask strength or barrel proof more so on the American side. So it had a little heat to it. But here's the thing. The The thing I like about the higher proof is that if it is too much heat for you, you put a little dash of water in there, you can bring it down to whatever is comfortable for your particular palate on that particular night. There's certain nights, I want some high packing proof, 55-something% up, and I'm cool with that. Certain nights I may come home, I'm more in a chill mood. I want something a little bit more monotone, so maybe the 43% works fine for me. Depends on my palate, what I ate that day, what I'm in the mood for. Just depends. But here's the thing. Good thing about it, you can always bring it down. So if I'm sipping at 55 and like, you know what, a little too hot for me, but I still like the flavor, gradually add water to it till it gets to whatever is comfortable for you. I'm already 2 sips in, so I'm pretty good now. The more I sip it, the more I'm going to get used to it. I'm not even going to feel it like a little burn or whatever. So, but yeah, definitely pick up, to me, apples, nutmeg, spice, cinnamon, all on that palate. It is nice. It like I said, it tastes like an adult. That, like I said, that when you ever had the McDonald's apple pie, they come in, it tastes a little bit like that on the adult side with the kick to it. Don't forget it has a nice little oomph to it. I like that though. I feel that. So for me, I actually enjoy this right there. Like I said, that's mostly what I pick up. I don't really pick up much oak on it. Just like I said, apples, a lot of spice. Like I said, the cinnamon, vanilla, nutmeg, apples. With that heat to it. It's got that heat behind it too. So it's in there for me. It works for me. So I like it. Like I said, if it's too hot for you, I mean, I'm not saying you can't mix it. I personally wouldn't, but if you want to mix it in your little whatever concoction that you make, you know, that's your choice. But to me, just like a couple dashes of water, if it's hot, then just bring it down. You'd be good to go. Next, we got the Heaven Hill. Take just a little sippy sip of water. Cleanse a little bit. We're going to jump on the Heaven Hill. I hate to do that because it was still going because that heat, higher proofs last longer on the palate. So it's still tingling a little bit on the palate, but I kind of went past that one. So like I said, on this particular nose, I taste a little bit of vanilla, a little spice, but it was kind of more muted. It's not heavy. It wasn't like all up in my nostrils. So let's see what this palette is talking about. Like I said, the color is the same as I said before. So you're not going to see much color difference on it. It's pretty much dead on, damn near. So now let's see what the palette is. Let's go. I'm gonna take another sip to saturate my palate a bit more. But even on that first sip, even though it's 5% difference between these two. This is 55, this is 50. But on my palate, it tastes like it's more like 20% difference. And I also keep in mind, this is my third sip in too, so my palate's getting more sensitized. But this definitely tastes more mellow. I don't pick up the burn as much. Like, there was a small burn, but this one, I don't really pick it up as much. You pick up a lot more vanilla. But anyway, we'll take another sip so I can really dive more into these. I like that one too. Wow. Here's the contrast. This one is a very blazing, I ain't gonna say blazing, but I'm exaggerating a little bit. But anyway, as a little bit more higher, a little bit more hotter apple, cinnamon, spice on this one. On the actual Heaven Hill bottle bond 7-year, this one seems like I don't know the age on this, but it tastes like it's a little bit more older and mature than this one. But on the palate, on the Heaven Hill, it's a lot more vanilla. To me, I pick up heavy vanilla on there. A sweet oak. That's what I pick up more than anything else. I mean, very, very vanilla, sweet oak. Just a little bit of tobacco, something like that. But it's very faint on the tobacco. And it's very nice, mellow. It really is. Let me take one more sip of this. This is a tough one. Because like I said, this one is more powerful, and it has a very more of that apple, and that cinnamon is very higher prevalent on this one. This one's a little bit more muted on the ABV. You don't pick up as much. I mean, it packs a punch, but you really don't feel it compared to this as much. You really don't. So it doesn't pack as much of a punch on the alcohol volume, but you definitely get a nice, smooth vanilla sweet oak on that one. So you got vanilla sweet oak versus apple cinnamon and a higher proof. So I mean, to me, I like all those flavors. So it's just like, just imagine if you I'm using fruit, for example. You know, if you ever had a fruit salad, a really nice one, how you got your strawberries, your grapes, pineapples, your kiwi, you know, watermelon. I got all packed in there. And it's like, I love all those fruits. Those are pretty much some of my top fruits right there. So it's kind of like, certain days I crave a pineapple, certain days I may crave an apple, certain days I may crave grapes. But the reality is I like them all. So I can't say that there's one that's definitely better than the other. But I will say this. If you like our higher proofs, if you like apple more than vanilla, and you cool with higher proof, you probably may lean towards this. If you like a more monotone and you like vanilla and sweet oak, you may lean toward that. I like them both. So it's really hard to say. But so since I'm already diving into the contrast, let's just go ahead. I'm gonna just go ahead and score both of these, man. They both get busy. Like I said, they're both, you know, pretty close in the color. I would imagine the mash bill's somewhat closer, some slightly higher rye. But if I had to rate this Clyde Mays, 1 to 10, 10 being the best for me, Alabama style whiskey on the bourbon scale, because I like to keep it relative to what is contemporaries is bourbon. So, I'm just not gonna compare it to a Scotch or a tequila or anything. Just in the bourbon round. For the price, we'll get to that. But anyway, for the taste alone, I'm gonna rate this Clyde Mays probably. I would give it a solid. It's a tough one. I give it an 8, man. The reason why I say 8 because the higher proof to me, you can do a lot with that. There's certain times, like if you're drinking a 40 proof whiskey, for example, suppose it's 40 proof, doesn't have no heat, no kick to it. On a certain day, let's suppose you want something higher proof, where you can't make it go no higher. Where this is already a higher proof. So because it's higher proof, you can always take it down, but you can't take it up. That's why I say that's the give or take with the higher proof. There's some people that hit me in my inbox and said, Drams, why do you like cask strengths or barrel proofs if you may want someday to add water? The reason why I say it is because it gives me options. You know what I'm saying? If you already up here, you can always take away. But I can't add to it. So sometimes I want something soft, I can make this soft if I want to. And if I don't, I can leave it high. Versus if it's already 40 proof and I can't make it stronger. That's the reason why I say it. So I don't know about you, I like having options. And you know what I'm saying? So, but the proof doesn't bother me. So because it's a higher proof, I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of a 10. And because I think it's pretty good price. I mean, it's priced good. I love that apple and spice on it. I really do. It has a good linger to it. It's a medium finish, but I will say it's consistent. So from the front to the back end, it's consistent. The only thing I will say is that on the finish, that's when I get a little bit more of a slight burn, but it's slight. It's not like, at least for me, I can say for me, it's not super off-putting or unbearable. But keep in mind, I'm used to nowadays. I'm used to drinking barrel proof. So there's some of you who may not like that burn, who may not like that heat. That may be too intense for you, which is why hence I said add water to it gradually. Don't just drop like 3 ice cubes in there. Just gradually add water till it gets perfect. So if it's at 55 and your Pacific on that particular day, your Pacific ABV may be, hey, I wanted 46%. Obviously, I don't know what 46% is, but you gradually add water. It tastes like, okay, this is perfect. And that water might open it up a little bit more. And it'd be more muted. It may mute some flavors, it might bring it out more. To me, I've tried this with and without water, but I really don't add that much. So while I'm scoring this one, I'll just for this review purpose, I add just a sip of water. I'm gonna jump on this. So anyway, getting to the Heaven Hill. The Heaven Hill, I'm gonna have to score this out of a 10. Man, you know what? They're pretty much damn near dead on, man. They're just different flavors. I like them both, man. I will give this Heaven Hill bottle I'm buying 7 year. I'm gonna give this an 8 as well. And the reason why is because to me it doesn't really carry the burn, but it still packs some heat. But and it also has a very nice vanilla flavor to it. I love vanilla on my bourbon, so to me I'm gonna give this an 8. And some of you may be like, "Boo, I want a winner." Well, I don't really think there is a solid winner. It's just a matter of preference. So, like I said, you want sweet oak or vanilla taste, or you want the apples and cinnamon with a higher proof. If like I said, it's only 5%, but I promise you, this drink's hotter. It drinks a little bit hotter. So, again, it's a matter of preference, man. They're both relatively around the same price if you get it at retail, that is. You can go either way. Like I said, just a matter of what your particular wheelhouse is. That's really subjective. To me, I like both of them. So, if you force me to choose one over the other, which I would hate for you to do that to me, but if you truly force me, I may slightly lean towards the Heaven Hill, slightly. I don't know why, but I don't know, just because I think that this one is, on more days than not, I think it'd be like I think I could slightly consistently drink this slightly more than this one, but it's not, like I said, that's just an add-on. It's not really a definitive win. But they both, to me, I would give them both 8 out of 10. They're both 50%, 7 years, high proofs, quality. Like I said, vanilla, sweet oak, apple, spice, cinnamon, slightly higher proof. I did add a dash of water to it, so I'm gonna take one last sip, and I'm out of here. Yeah, still got that heat to it. I had a decent amount of water. Still got the heat to it. But yeah, I like them both. But if you force me to choose, I'll say slightly the Heaven Hill 7 year bottle of mine is slightly better. I said they're both around an 8 to me. Like I said, man, I don't think you really have to hunt either one of these down. Even if you don't have the Alabama style, they have another Clyde Mays that's probably going to be comparable to this. So they're both great drams, man. On the bourbon scale, I give them 8 out of 10 because they don't break the bank. They could be found, and they both fit the bill on the bourbon scale. Neither one of these, you're not going to confuse neither one of these with a William H. or a William L. Weather or a George T. Stagg or any B-Tac. It's not going to be that. Or even I would say Parker's Heritage. They're not quite, I would say, upper echelon bourbons, but I would call these. This is the B team. So they're not the A team. The ones I just said, the Wellers, the Staggs, in my opinion, the Parker's Heritage, just to name a couple, are I would say the A team. You know what I'm saying? There's more bourbons in the A team, but that's just a couple that I experienced. But these right here, I would call the strong B team. These right here, these are strong B, and unlike the other ones, and they don't cost us nearly as much as those, and they're easier to find. And they're more comfort drinks. You'll feel comfortable spending $55 on this drink every day than if you would spend it, $150 or say on a George T. Stagg. Just depends, however your pockets are these days. It just depends on you. But anyway, that's my thing, man. I think these are good, solid. I'll call them the B class bourbons, but B plus though. They're B plus, not the B minus. But anyway, man, I hope y'all got something like that, man. I really enjoyed y'all. Drams on deck. I'm coming with more heat for y'all, man. Please also know if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Those are free. Also, I have a Instagram page, Drams on Deck Instagram. So please check my description box. I will drop the link. You can check it out. You see some more of my bottles that I have reviewed before and some that I have not yet reviewed. I'm always constantly adding to the collection. I got a lot more bottles that I have not showed you, I have not reviewed yet. That will be up and coming. So if you have free time, you can check out the collection and hit me up. I will always respond to y'all. Let me know. Until then, like I said, it's been fun, y'all. We got more heat, more reviews coming for you. Drams on deck. I'm out of here. Yes, sir.